live at TFNN. Breakout Investing with your host, Ken Shreve.
Doing, everybody? Ken Shreve with you. Welcome to another edition of Breakout Investing on TFNN. My show airs every Tuesday and Thursday on the network from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern. The number to use to get through is 877-927-6648. That is toll free. If you're listening on your PC, go ahead and go over to TFNN.com and tune into Channel 1 and Tiger TV. You can listen to the show live there, and you can also take a look at the charts that I'm looking at on my program as well. So Channel 1 and Tiger TV on the homepage of TFNN.com, and you can also get the show anytime on iTunes. Just do a search for Breakout Investing or my name, Ken Shreve, and you can pull up the podcast that way. And another way to listen to all TFNN programming is with your smartphone. Plug those earbuds in, open up your smartphone web browser, type in tfnn.mobi, and you can listen to the stream that way as well. 24/7. I write the Ultimate Growth Stocks newsletter at TFNN. You can get a trial to Ultimate Growth Stocks right on the homepage of TFNN.com. Just click on the newsletters tab and click on investment newsletters after that, and you can get a 2-week trial. I think I have now 7 stocks in my model portfolio. Have been slowly, deliberately putting money to work in this market. Obviously, we're working on a 4-day rally here. We'll get into that in a little bit, but still being very deliberate. Still have a pretty big cash position, but have been nibbling at stocks here and there and seeing what's working. When it comes to Ultimate Growth Stocks, I use fundamental and technical analysis when evaluating a stock. I like price momentum. I target leading price performers in an industry group, not lagging price performers. So in that sense, I do like price momentum, but earnings momentum is also important to me. So I like to find stocks that are showing good acceleration in earnings and sales growth in recent quarters. Companies that are innovating with a new product and service. I tend not to buy stocks when they're at 52-week lows. I tend to buy them when they're up near highs, not necessarily at 52-week highs, but usually within within 10 to 15% of a prior high. Let's take a look and see where we're at in the market here with about 50 minutes left to go in Thursday's session. Getting stronger into the close here. That's a good thing. Again, looking for 4 wins in a row for the U.S. major averages. The Dow is now up about 179 points or so. That's 1.6% to 11,425. The NASDAQ underperforming a little bit today. It's been outperforming recently, but still having a good day, up about 36 points, 1.4% to 2608, and the S&P 500 up nearly 20 points, 1.7% to 1208. Taking a look at a chart at the NASDAQ real quick, and you can see it's getting very, very close to this key resistance level that we talked about on Tuesday's show, 2611. So NASDAQ right now at 2608, only about 3 points or so from that, let's just call it a swing point, and you can see its 50-day moving average happens to be right around that prior high as well, right around 2611, 2612. So it's possible we could get a breakout here. Unfortunately, the volume today looks like it's tracking about 5 to 10% lower than Wednesday's level. On Wednesday, we had pretty good volume in the NASDAQ on a strong day for the market. We had what was it? I think it was 2.25 billion shares, a little bit above average. It was the highest level in for quite some time for an up day. But it looks like volume today on the Nasdaq tracking about 5-10% lower than yesterday. Volume on the New York Stock Exchange yesterday was below average, just over 1 billion shares. It's also tracking lower today. So not seeing a whole lot of conviction behind the buying, but we're going to go over plenty of decent stock charts today that look pretty good. There's no volume in these charts, which I think is problematic, but we'll take a look at plenty of stocks that look like they're setting up pretty well. All right now I want to go to my friend Bob Lang from explosiveoptions.net. Bob puts out great options information on a daily basis. I met Bob at the Street, Real Money. Bob is a contributor at realmoney.com, which is the subscription website, sort of a sister website to the Street. And Bob Lang, I appreciate you coming on the show today. How's it going?
I'm doing great, Ken. Thanks for having me on this afternoon. It's been a pretty interesting expiration week, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have options. I guess tomorrow is the third Friday for the month of September. So that means options expiration. A pretty good chance we're going to see some strong volume in the market. You think, or maybe not? What's your take?
Absolutely. We'll definitely get a lot of volume coming in tomorrow. Don't forget, it's what's called a quad witch, which means that we have options expiring, we have index options, we have options on the futures expiring, and we have quite a few expirations that hit right on the opening print tomorrow, and then all the other equity options will be expiring at the close on Friday. So yes, I do expect a lot of volume, and really, Ken, as we entered into the beginning of the week, the bears really had the advantage because there was so much open interest and so much in the money on these puts. You know, of course, the spiders, let's take that one for example, opened up the week or closed last week just under 116, and then, you know, from 130 on down on the spiders, there was a huge amount of open interest and a huge amount of people who had already made some big profits. So the onus was on the bulls in the beginning of the week to get this the index all the way up to the low 120s, and you know, obviously they accomplished that. So there was going to be a little bit of pain tomorrow for the bears. But of course, you know, if you were long puts, you probably sold those over the last couple of days to lock in the gains that you had. So, you know, of course, selling puts is bullish, so that probably fed into yesterday's rally and into today.
Well, I'm looking at the SPY right now, the popular ETF. It's up about 1.7% to 121.35. Of course, it looks very similar to a chart of the to the S&P 500. It's interesting, Bob. The Nasdaq is, I was just saying, is only about 3 points away from a pretty key resistance level, right at 26.11. When you look at the SPY, it's got some, looks like a swing point here of about 123.51 as its recent high. So it's only about two and a quarter points away from that. So it'll be interesting to see if these indices and some of these ETFs are going to be able to break out, you know, importantly with some conviction, and maybe, you know, tomorrow is going to be the day where we get some volume coming into the market. I wanted to just ask you, Bob, about this 4-day rally: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Obviously, the bears probably got caught with, caught a little bit off guard. Do you think a lot of this is still, short covering? Are you getting the sense that new money is coming in from the sidelines? Give me your take on the 4-day rally, if it can be believed. I mean, can we trust it? What do you think?
Well, I think this is much different than we saw earlier this year. I think this is, you saw some really strong rallies in April, not too long after the Japanese tsunami and earthquake, and you saw some decent numbers on volume, but nothing like we've had of late. Of course, the market's really tanked in early August. I tend to be in the camp of, this is somewhat believable here, Ken, but we have some gaps here. We've run really hard in 4 days. And, I think the market is due for a little bit of a rest. Let's pull back a little bit and maybe, come back in about 2-3%. That would probably be an area where I would test the waters and pick up on some dips.
Yeah, so you think of the possibility, I mean, if the Nasdaq can't get over 2611, if the S&P 500 can't get over 1230, maybe you get just a little bit of a shakeout, a mild shakeout, though. Looking at the chart, I mean, that is not out of the realm of possibility for sure. I know what I'd like to see on these on a pullback, if the S&P, approaches 1230 and then starts to slide, I always like to see volume light during the pullback, and really wouldn't want to see kind of waves of heavy volume selling after low volume gains. So I guess we'll see what happens there. What about?
With you, but the last couple of times, Ken, we hit around the 1200 level the first time in August. We pulled back sharply. The last time around, we had about 1230, and we pulled back sharply again really quickly. So that's the only concern I have is, how much faith are we going to have in this rally? I'm really expecting a lot more volume coming in on some of these indices this week, and so you hit it earlier. Is it a market just going up on fumes here and without much conviction from institutions, or is it something else? I tend to agree with you there.
Yeah, it still kind of has that feeling, frankly. I'm looking at some high-quality names like Apple. I'm looking at Intuitive Surgical today. I'm looking at some of these, these NASDAQ 100, what I consider high-quality stocks, and they're kind of dilly-dallying around these pivot points, these swing points. In some cases, I think Apple actually, technically cleared a high today, but there's just no volume in the stock, and I never like to see that when a stock or an index for that matter goes through a swing point, goes through a buying area in light volume. In recent weeks on the show, I've been saying it till I've been blue in the face. A weak volume typically makes for a weak foundation where any little bit of heavy volume selling can really cause some damage. So yesterday, you and I were talking yesterday, Bob. The volume on the NASDAQ 2.3 billion was actually the heaviest on an up day for quite some time. But volume on the New York Stock Exchange was pretty pitiful yesterday. It was below average. Just really didn't tell me a whole lot, frankly.
I agree with you, and what we really need to see is some conviction from the institutions. And, I don't know if the sentiment that came out yesterday, sentiment data, meaning the investors' intelligence, which showed some, very strongly more bearish stats, or maybe it was the higher short interest, which we haven't seen this level of short interest in the New York Stock Exchange since 2009. Those two components there, sentiment components there, might have been good enough to lift institutions off their seats, off their tails, and get them back in the game here. Like you said, the volume has really been lacking here, and we want to see. We're not going to get anything nearly like we saw in early August with on the selling side, but we'd really like to see something with some more conviction and some more momentum here.
Yeah. Any individual names you're looking at, stocks that you're watching you think have a potential to keep moving higher here? Any sectors, subgroups that you're paying attention to?
Well, the one group I'm really liking here, and I did make a mention of it on in Real Money and on as much as I could was the semiconductor space, specifically Intel. And I bought some, was in some Intel calls, and actually a risk reversal there. The trade worked out fairly well for us. Semiconductor group, it looks pretty strong here, Ken. SanDisk, Broadcom, those names there have been outperforming the market over the last 3 to 7 days. So it's
I agree. The semiconductors look solid, Bob. I'm going to keep you on for one more second if you don't mind holding on. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right. Breakout Investing on TFNN. We'll be right back, folks.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
Direction Shares Leverage ETFs fuse the benefits of exchange-traded funds with the innovation you expect from Direction, providing investors with opportunities to magnify their short-term perspective, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. Direction Shares, ETFs to the power of X. To learn more about Direction Shares, click on the Direction banner on the front page of TFNN.com or call 866-476-7523. There is no guarantee that the funds will achieve their objective. The ETFs are not suitable for all investors and should be utilized only by sophisticated investors who understand short-term trading, leverage risk, consequences of seeking daily leverage investment results, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. An investor should consider the investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses of Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information and can be obtained at directionshares.com. Please read the prospectus carefully before investing. Distributed by Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real Money Masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Breakout Investing on TFNN. My name is Ken Shreve. Thanks very much for tuning in. Quick check on the markets here. Dow up 158 points, 1.4% to 11,404. The NASDAQ up 31 points, 1.2% to 2603. And the S&P 500 up 17.5 points, 1.5% to 1206. Still talking to my colleague Bob Lang from ExplosiveOptions.net. Puts a lot of good options information out there on a daily basis via his website. Before we went to break, we were talking about really the market rally being led this week by a huge move in the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index. Names like Intel have been performing well. I gotta say, one of my favorite names in the space, Bob, and a name that probably some people are familiar with, ARM Holdings, ticker ARMH. I think that this stock is well positioned for growth. They're very they're a big supplier to the iPhone and the iPad for Apple, and it's in a good consolidation here. Wouldn't be surprised to see this one make a run over $31 a share in the near term.
Oh, I agree with you. This is a good-looking stock. I mean, it really really gave investors an opportunity at the beginning of August when it broke below $25 and then $23, $24 range. But much like many of the names that we follow that we've talked about, the fundamentals really haven't changed with these things. The dynamics surrounding some of the selling that was going on and the intensity of some of the selling just put a lot of these names in the corner. And, this is one of those names that, the fundamentals haven't changed. Look, here's the stock is right back near $29, right where it was around the July area, and when it was looking like it was ready to break out. So, if you just eliminated that whole month of August, Ken, you just basically say, well, we're just right back to where we started at the end of July. So, I agree with you. This is definitely one to keep an eye on.
All right, Bob, let's talk the Fed. Obviously, next week, this Fed meeting is coming right up. It was initially going to be a one-day meeting on September 20th. Bernanke speaks in Jackson Hole. One of the things that comes out of the meeting is that it's now going to be a two-day meeting from September 20th to September 21st. So the Fed statement is going to come out on the 21st. What is your take on what the Fed is thinking now? Obviously, economic data this week have not been good. Even more impressive that the market has been able to rally like it has. We had bad monthly retail sales yesterday, or at least below expectations, and then today a big unexpected jump in weekly jobless claims. Inflation at the wholesale level, consumer level, not too bad, but some pretty crummy manufacturing data from the Philly Fed as well today. Where's the Fed at? Is the market going to like what the Fed has to say on September 21st?
And I think there's going to be a big sign in the Fed meeting room, and it's going to say fear. What are these guys fearing? Are they fearing inflation, or are they fearing slow growth? And I think there are some people in both camps. And today's inflation numbers were not good. The CPI is right up against the wall of the Fed speed limit. Then again, if you look at the Philly Fed and the Empire State report, and then you're getting mixed signals there. The only one positive there is industrial production. I spoke with one of our colleagues about a month ago, Stephanie Link, and we talked about industrial production as being a linchpin for manufacturing, and that whole manufacturing area has been really, really strong over the past couple of months. If you look at industrials, you look at a CMI or something like that. Even Caterpillar has come off a little bit, but it's coming off of a low. Some of these kind of names over there, the industrial production type of names, are actually showing some good growth. And similarly to the semiconductors that we talked about with ARM Holdings, they tanked in the beginning of August, but they're starting to make a nice strong comeback, and they're saying good things about the economy. So getting back to your notion about the Fed, I think it just depends on who fears what. Are they fearing the inflation that could be coming? You look at the drop in gold today, though. Maybe that's not a moot point there. It's not a valid argument.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a hope out there that we've come up strong over the past 4 sessions: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm not convinced that this market's going to be able to move higher based on what the Fed says. We talked recently that Operation Twist or some form of it, where they're selling selling at the short end and buying at the long end to keep interest rates down and to flatten the yield curve. The market may or may not like that. We'll have to see. But Bob, always a pleasure to have you on the show. Appreciate the insight very much, and we'll do it again. We'll do it again soon.
Thanks a lot, Andrew. Just a quick reminder: an old broker or trader of mine once told me 5 up days in a row means we're in a bull trend. 5 down days in a row means we're in a bear trend. So tomorrow,
good stuff. Thanks, Bob. We'll be right back, folks.
Loan anywhere from $417,000 all the way up to $3 million, and you have a FICO of at least 720, then Everbank is your answer. For more information, call Everbank today at 877-471-5970 to talk with a member of their concierge team that will walk you through the variety of loans they offer. That's 877-471-5970, and let them know you heard this offer on TFNN. Everbank, 877-471-5970.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, more than 40 different mining equities, as well as some of the most popular precious metal ETFs, including the GDX and the SLV. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report that will help you take advantage of investment opportunities at the current historic gold price levels. To order your Gold Report today with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to tfnn.com or call our office directly at 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of two emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Rand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the fourth quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
This segment is brought to you by Direction Shares. To learn more about tactical tools for the sophisticated active investor, hit the Direction Shares banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Breakout Investing on TFNN. My name is Ken Shreve, and thanks once again to Bob Lang, a good friend of mine who comes on the show occasionally, giving his insight on the markets. Let's move on here and talk about oil up 49 cents today, 0.6% to $89.40 a barrel. Gold took a big hit today, down $45.10. That's 2.5% to $17.81.40 an ounce. And go ahead and take a look at the Spider Gold Trust here. You can see it's currently down 1.7% to 174.16, still holding above its what looks like a pretty key support level of 167.41. That is its 50-day moving average. So the Spider Gold Trust holding about 7 points or so above the 50-day moving average. It recently broke below its 20-day moving average, so I think that means that the 50-day is probably now in play. Now again, down around $167 a share. But we've talked in recent shows that that the real heavy volume distribution at the top, I believe that was on August what was it, the 23rd and 24th, right in this area here, where it came down hard and very, very heavy volume Normally, when you see volume like that off a top, it is going to presage lower prices ahead, and you've had some distribution in the GLD since then, and we'll see. It's either going to hold. It's either going to hold the 50-day, or it's not. But if the headlines out of Europe continue to subside, that's probably not going to help gold any. Stocks got an early lift today. Speaking of Europe, the European Central Bank, the ECB, said it will lend U.S. dollars to euro area banks in a series of 3-month loans, basically to ensure they have enough of the U.S. currency through the end of the year. So a good headline out of Europe today, and we'll see how that whole situation shakes out. Take a look and see how the dollar is doing today. I usually just look at the dollar via the UUP, a ETF that tracks the U.S. dollar index. Dollar filled its gap today. You can say that much, but it's under some pressure, down 14 cents. To 21.65. Again, this is the UUP, which tracks the U.S. dollar index. So the UUP down 0.6% today to 21.65. And economic data today, jobless claims. We're talking about this with Bob just a little bit earlier. Very disappointing today. The weekly jobless claims, they were expected to drop to 410,000 last week from 417,000 the prior week, but they actually jumped all the way up to 428,000. That's unexpected, but again, the ability of the market to shake off the bad news here, I think, is worth noting. Mentioned the weaker than expected retail sales yesterday. We had disappointing jobless claims today. The consumer price index earlier today, overall prices were up 0.4%, a little more than expected, but the core rate came in at 0.2%. That was in line with views. Another bad reading from the Philadelphia Fed. The manufacturing survey continued to show contraction, but at a lesser pace, with the headline number improving to minus 17.5 in September from minus 30.7 in August. Estimates were for a reading of minus 10. So still contracting manufacturing activity in the mid-Atlantic region. But again, if the economy is going to kick into gear in the first quarter of 2012, you'd expect the market to start pricing in this good news right about now. So on the one hand, the headlines are bad, but the market could be pricing in some good news 6 to 9 months out. So don't cast this rally off just yet. Stick with us, folks. We'll be right back.
For a jumbo preferred non-conforming loan anywhere from $417,000 all the way up to $3 million, and you have a FICO of at least 720, then Everbank is your answer. As a direct lender with processing, underwriting, and funding all under one roof, Everbank can offer the most competitive rates, greater efficiency, and shorter closing times. Now is the time to act. Everbank offers fixed terms of 10 and 15 years, as well as adjustable terms of 5, 7, and 10 years, including interest-only options on primary residences. For more information, call Everbank today at 877-471-5970 to talk with a member of their concierge team that will walk you through the variety of loans they offer. That's 877-471-5970, and let them know you heard this offer on TFNN. Everbank, 877-471-5970, 877-471-5970.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real Money Masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Major averages are pretty close to their session highs here, a little bit off their highs, but again, volume on the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ does look like it's going to come in, about 5-10% lower than Wednesday's levels. But that said, there are some interesting charts out there. We take a look at Apple today. Stock is up about 1% or so to 393.05. It actually has moved above here a buying area of 392, right in this area here, but really not much volume in the stock. I mean, my show is called Breakout Investing. I do like to buy stocks when they're breaking out of good bases, but one of the key rules of buying technical breakouts during market uptrends is that you want to see good signs of accumulation when that stock is breaking out, and not seeing it yet in Apple by any means. So can't argue with the stock's price performance. I do like its technical setup, but it is kind of dilly-dallying around here at 392. Again, shares now at 393, so it is above that swing point, but not seeing any volume. Kind of seeing the same thing in Intuitive Surgical. Intuitive Surgical makes the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. Intuitive is another stock that is kind of in dilly-dally mode here, not seeing any volume, working on 4 straight up days, all in volume well below average. It is trading above resistance at 389, 390 thereabouts, right in this area here. Doesn't look bad, but relative strength line in new high ground, but not seeing any volume in this name either. Let's give some credit to Under Armour, ticker UA on the New York Stock Exchange, because yesterday the stock did have a heavy volume breakout. You can see these technical patterns here. The start of the base over in this area right here. That was back in mid to late July. It came down, drifted lower in this area here, and then staged a nice breakout yesterday over 73.36. It's intraday high here. You can see down here the volume was pretty good on the breakout yesterday, and it is following through a little bit today, up another 1.6% to 76.47. So compelling price action in Under Armour. And remember last week it was a pretty quiet week of earnings, and I just wanted to kind of highlight Ulta Beauty. The stock used to be known as Ulta Salon, Cosmetics, and Fragrance, but it is now known as Ulta Beauty, much less of a mouthful. But the company really reported a quarter that really turned a lot of heads. Outstanding earnings and sales growth, another quarter of accelerating sales growth on a sequential basis, up 23% year over year to about $395 million. But if you want to see what a stock looks like, it reported earnings last week on September 9th. That was on this day. right here, and you can see what it's done. I mean, it's holding on to all those gains, so it actually is trading beautifully after that huge move last week. I like to see price and volume action like this after a stock makes a big move. When you're in a volatile market, it's easy for a stock to give back a lot of those gains if there are sellers around in the market, but this stock looks like it's pretty well supported right now up at the $70 level. I think this could be one of the big stories in retail going forward. I think the earnings report last week was that good. Let's move on and take a look at Whole Foods Market. This is another stock outperforming today. In some decent volume. Whole Foods shares of Whole Foods up 2.2%. to 68.40. You can see a little breakout taking shape here. It broke out over $68 a share. It's at 68.40 right now, so I'm not sure you'd be chasing the stock up here. There is some good volume in the stock today, and this is clearly the leader when it comes to organic supermarkets. Loyal following, but pretty good base here. If this market rally continues, let me pull up a weekly chart for Whole Foods for better perspective. If new money does come in from the sidelines, I think Whole Foods, could try to make an upside move here. So that's the weekly chart. And a lot of other movers today. I talked about ARM Holdings. We'll just take a look at that one real quick. Again, ARM Holdings is a chip maker. Supplies components for the iPhone, a lot of Apple products. Interesting stock here. I think just imagine, people talk about the financial sector in all the trouble it's having. How's the market going to go higher without financials leading? Just think of the semiconductor stocks, the Intels, the Texas Instruments, the Applied Materials. A lot of these large cap chip names start moving. What that could do for the tech sector as a whole. So hopefully we see continued strength in the semiconductor sector. If we do, a name like ARM Holdings, I think, is positioned for growth. This could be a leader in the space as well. Taking a look at Alliance Data Systems, another name I'm following here. This is interesting. Company. They provide transaction, credit, marketing services to retail companies. Tried for a breakout today, Alliance Data Systems. This is a high-quality stock, good balance sheet here, good fundamentals. Stock is up 2.5% today to 95.14. Tried to break out over 96 earlier in the session, trading a little bit in the bottom half of its trading range today. Not great price action, but still like the technicals here. I think this stock could work as well. Flip over and take a look at a weekly chart for Alliance Data Systems, and you can see a good base sitting up here, trying to break out over 96. Not having much luck today. In terms of decliners, so kind of an interesting thing about this market right now is that when I look through a screen of about 200 growth stocks, I saw maybe 100 that were up and 100 that were down. So if you're holding stocks that you think should be participating during this rally today, just remember why you bought them. Be patient with them. If you're really seeing unequivocal signs of institutional selling in some of these names, that's not healthy. But a lot of these pullbacks are in pretty light volume today. But taking a quick look at Netflix, it's having a big problem today. Shares are down about $38, 18% or so to 170.17. They lowered their third quarter domestic subscriber forecast. We'll be right back, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this traders market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com under newsletter. Hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Are you looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make. Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
If you're in the market for a jumbo loan anywhere from $417,000 all the way up to $3 million, and you have a FICO of at least 720, then Everbank is your answer. For more information, call Everbank today at 877-471-5970 to talk with a member of their concierge team that will walk you through the variety of loans they offer. That's 877-471-5970, and let them know you heard this offer on TFNN. Everbank, 877-471-5970.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is for sale at Amazon.com for only $18.40.
Welcome back, everyone. Quick check on the markets here. 5 minutes left to go in Thursday's session. The Dow up 174 points, 1.5% to 11,420. The NASDAQ still having a hard time getting over a key resistance level at 2611. It's up 32.5 points, 1.3% to 2605. And the S&P 500 up 19 points, 1.6% to 1208. Thereabouts. Volume still tracking quite a bit lower than Wednesday's levels. Always don't like to see light volume behind big rallies like today, but NASDAQ volume about 10-12% below yesterday's decent level of 2.25 billion shares. NYSE volume today tracking about 10% lower than Wednesday. Before we went to break, we were talking about Netflix, the online movie provider, cut its third quarter domestic subscriber forecast by 1 million subscribers. It now expects to have 24 million subscribers by the end of the quarter instead of 25 million. Netflix was a former holding in my Ultimate Growth Stocks model portfolio. I got rid of this stock in mid-July when it was trading around $292, and I never got back into it, thankfully. But stock is having a rough day today, down 18.5% to $170.17. Mentioned some stocks not participating, some growth stocks not participating in the market rally today. Take a look at Priceline, which is starting to look a little bit strange, frankly. I thought it had the potential to be a leader, but you have to remember Priceline has one of the big bull market leaders since March 2009. Still holding above its 50-day moving average, hasn't broken down by any means, but shares are down $4.82 today, almost 1% to $524.74. Take a look at Wynn Resorts, WYNN. It's another high-quality name. They generate most of their revenue now in Macau off of mainland China. Gaming firm. This is actually a decent technical setup. It still could work. The stock was down at one point today, but it is up near its session high. It's now up 80 cents, 0.5% to 149.45. But Wynn is another stock that you can't rule out a breakout here. The volume has been good but not great, but that's been the case with just about every stock. Really looking at the 157.69 price level here. It's trading around 149, 150 right now, so you could see a breakout attempt in this name as well. But still would like to see more signs of accumulation. Need to see money coming in from the sidelines in the broad market. That's going to help a lot of these good technical setups. Set up for potential, breakouts and strong moves higher. Let's check on Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG. This is another stock that's hanging in there. It's flat on the day, kind of underperforming, down a penny to 315.90, sitting right at its 50-day moving average. I mentioned Diamond Foods. This is a company that's coming out with earnings after the close, and in a really nice technical setup here ahead of earnings. Stock is outperforming today, up 2.3% to 78.20. Diamond is looking to break out over $80.16. That's its high right in this area here, recently trading around 78.20. But Diamond bought the Pringles brand from, I believe it was Procter & Gamble earlier this year. They report earnings after the close. Hopefully we'll see good numbers. Longs will be happy if the company reports good numbers after the close, and so we'll see what Diamond has to say. Also looking for earnings at Research in Motion. Quick check on RIM as we close out the show. Shares of RIM ahead of earnings down 0.8% to 29.48. Have a great afternoon, folks. I'll talk to you tomorrow on Tom's show around 4:25 Eastern. Take care.